I'm JB Little. I'm not on social media. I don't think I'm actually like friends with any of you on Facebook. Oh, first time meeting all of you. Wonderful. Glad you guys are here. God, you suck. So, me personally, I haven't publicly spoken about my daughter in about 4 years. But I knew FAM before it was FAM. I met Milk at CureFest in 2017 of September. Me and Amber met in Sloan Kettering in New York when our daughters were on treatment together. Oh, my daughter's name was Karma. I probably should start with that. Karma, just like it sounds. Do good, be good. She was diagnosed at 3. It was a really weird situation. I put my son on the bus for kindergarten and we were playing with her and we just felt a lump. She didn't have any weakness, no pain, no headaches, nothing. She had no symptoms, no fever, nothing. We felt a lump. And I called my pediatrician. I said, hey, it feels weird. I think she just needs to poop. Maybe we can give her a laxative or something. Because it was right there in her abdomen by her intestines. So we brought her in to the pediatrician that morning at like 7:30 before they even opened. And they did a ultrasound. And they're like, definitely not poop. It's a mass, but it has blood flow and it's solid. And we can't see all of it, but it's crushing her kidney and her spleen. So they sent us immediately by ambulance to the nearest hospital for surgery. We get to that hospital, the general surgeon looks at us and goes, she's way too small, we're not gonna touch her. She was 3 at the time, and he never worked in pediatrics. So then they put us back into another ambulance and said, but we need better imaging, and send us to a different hospital, to a ultrasound, I guess, specialist for pediatrics. And they said the same thing. It's a mass, it's big, she's too small, we can't see it. 4th ambulance of the day, they send us in to a children's hospital in Macon, where we were living at the time. It was about an hour away. They had a room ready for us. We were met there by the surgeon. He goes, I've gotten all the images, I don't know what's going on, but if we don't get it out, her kidneys are going to shut down and her spleens will be gone. So it was immediate surgery the next day, which is rare with neuroblastoma. You don't usually start with massive surgery. So they cut her from right kidney to belly button and couldn't pull it out. So they called her from kidney to kidney. It was 4.8 pounds. Solid mass. Like someone said a grapefruit, it was perfectly round. And they pulled it out of my 3-year-old daughter, who was literally running around the hospital like a crackhead child the night before surgery. Like no pain, she's never had an IV, we've never been admitted to the hospital before, and she's running around like, they're not gonna touch me. Like containing her in that room was impossible. So, and then immediately from there, it was, we're gonna do more scans, make sure we got it, get lymph nodes, do blood work, urine work, you know, all the scans, MIBG scans, CT scans, MRIs, everything. Her cancer was gone. There was nothing in her urine, nothing in her blood, nothing in her lymph nodes, nothing. So they felt it was safe to let her be normal. And that was May of 2014. So we spent that whole summer doing blood work every month, scans every month, urine work every month, just to double check. We thought we were safe. We started pre-K that August. She went to school. Coolest thing to show all your new friends is, look, I have a big boo-boo. So we had to explain, like, she just went through massive surgery, she was a cancer kid, we're great, we're NED, we're fine, she can do whatever you want. Less than 30 days later, she spiked her fever of 104. We took her immediately to that children's hospital that we had surgery at. The oncologist walked in, the surgeon walked in, really quickly, and they said, we don't have time, helicopter's on the way, you're going to Atlanta. I said, great, I'm in my pajamas. And Like, when I say pajamas, I'm like in a muumuu with some shorts. So, because it was really late when she spiked her fever. So I didn't have anything, didn't have a backpack, didn't have a purse, because we thought we were safe. So we got in that helicopter, and I sat next to the pilot. It is terrifying. Those things move a lot faster than they look when they're in the sky. And I had the headset on the whole time, and she crashed in the helicopter on the way to Atlanta. And they're doing CPR, and they're trying to get her back. And the pilot looks at me, he goes, "At this point, you see these two towers? We're going to hover, and we're going to drop straight down. So you got to get her in." I said, "Okay." So we did. We hovered, dropped straight down. My muumuu went flying everywhere, so Atlanta saw my ass. It was horrifying and horrible. They were still working her the whole way to the emergency room, and they worked her all the way to the ICU, and they got her stable. I didn't see her for 48 hours. They wouldn't let me near her. My husband was trying to pack a bag, and try to get to us by car, which is about a 2-hour drive where the hospital was located. So, and I'm like waiting, like I can't see her, they won't let me touch her. When we walk in, and she's automatically on life support. They had her vented, they had the machines around her. She couldn't breathe on her own, her lungs were shutting down, her heart was weak. And that's how she stayed for a little over a month. And then they decided, I think someone talked about ECMO. We did that process. It is terrifying. Straight down the artery to her heart, because her heart was failing. The gases were all off. All of her levels were gone. We to the point that we brought in our priest to do the final blessings, because they told us she wasn't going to make it, and we were going to take her off everything. So we took her off ECMO. The vent was the next thing to break it down. And I think it's the same mom that said it. Karma randomly opened her eyes and started trying to pull her tube out. And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking..." I'm pretty sure I peed myself, because she was staring at me and I was staring at her, and she was trying to pull her tubes out, to the point they had to put baby restraints on her, because she was covered in wires and tubing and all the machines, and she freaked out. And she stayed ventilated like that and started chemo. So she had no way of communicating with us. Tube stayed down her throat. At that point, when she relapsed, the tumor came back in the original spot, same size, but it also spread to her lungs, and that's why she was having difficulty breathing. So they put her in a medically induced coma while she went through chemo, so she wouldn't feel any of the side effects. Thank God. So when she woke up again, and they washed her hair for like the first time and took the tube out, she had the cutest little Donald Duck voice. And she was like, "Why? What? My hair?" She lost a lot of weight. Her whole appearance changed over a period of months. So it was hard. Definitely hard. And at that point, we jumped into treatment. We did the stage 4 neuroblastoma protocol. High dose chemo for months is what we did when she was asleep. We moved into MIBG radiation, because she responded well to the MIBG injections that they get during their scans. So we did full body MIBG radiation twice in Atlanta. And that's terrifying, because they lock her in a room, they lock you in a room, you're considered radioactive, they give you your food through like a service tray. You can't go in the room with her, she can't be in the room with you, you talk through video cameras. I didn't follow any of the rules. I went into the room with her. I had a little pager that would beep at me if I was in there too long. And then she cleared 50%. Tumor in her mass was small enough now to where they could operate, so we went through our second surgery. And then they decided to do the stem cell transplant, because Atlanta at Eccleston, it's all in the same floor. Bone marrow transplant, stem cell, MIBG, all on the same floor. We did that, and that was brutal too. We only made it through one round. she was just too weak at that point. Her body was still weak from radiation. God, it's amazing what you remember. And after that, she did not respond to stem cell. So Atlanta, we followed all of Atlanta's protocol. We did the whole treatment plan, and she wasn't responding. So at that point, they sent us home. We didn't have any options, and that's when we discovered Sloan Kettering, and that's where we went. She still had over 80% of cancer in her body. Most trials, if you have that much cancer, they usually don't take you. But as soon as we got to Sloan Kettering, they hit her with more high-dose chemo. Inspires me to be really nervous. And that's where we met Amber and Natalie, and talk about some of the two spunkiest, sassiest, mean little children. Karma and Natalie. They both loved unicorns, they both loved rainbows, they both loved law enforcement. They were cute together. They were so cute together. And me and Amber were like ICU buddies because both of our daughters constantly breathing problems, chest tubes, stopped breathing, working a code or something. It was always something where we ended up in the ICU together. So Sloan Kettering, great hospital, research hospital, right? Karma did their antibody, which is the humanized antibody. And again, we were in, and this is after 7 surgeries to remove each tumor. We did the humanized antibody, but we did a different version of it than what kids do. We did it with the I2 injection. And she was clear after the first round. Less than like 2% in her body. And it was great. And they're like, she's going to be NED, we're going to do the next round, and it's going to be clear, and we're going to start the protocol. Well, we did that second round, and she was right back up to like 90%. Unfortunately, they had to take out her spleen, her kidney, a section of her large intestines, her left lung, several surgeries. And the kid still ran around like a crackhead, so I don't understand it. And they probably won't. It was never in her bone marrow. We were very blessed on that front. It was always in her soft tissue organs. And they sent us home from New York June of 2017 and told us the same thing. Go ahead and make memories because she's feeling good right now. There's nothing else we can do. You have literally tried every trial. And that's what we did. We went home. She had a head full of hair grow back. We spent that summer at the ocean. That's where she loved to be. We were doing bucket list items. She went back to school that August to be with her friends. And that September, it was a normal day. We were in California with our friend, another friend that we met in New York, another cancer mom whose kid had neuroblastoma. And she was barking orders, eating her breakfast, watching her My Little Ponies, being mean to her brother, and she just laid down for a nap and just didn't wake back up. And talk about PTSD, somebody else mentioned, I haven't been to the Atlanta airport since I brought my baby home from California. So when you guys say you were losing your shit about being here, I was losing my shit in the airport. By myself, texting my husband, this is bullshit, take me home. I don't want to be here. I told Amber I don't want to be here. And I haven't been to the airport since I brought my baby home. I haven't publicly talked about her. If you looked at my Facebook right now, you wouldn't even know I had a kid with cancer because I had to completely unplug from this world to survive what I was going through. So I didn't leave my bed for a week. I didn't do anything after she passed. And then one day I just got up about a month after she passed and joined the force. Law enforcement now. I do it for her. I met Milk. He was amazing. Like I said, I met him before he even started this. So to watch this even grow has been amazing. Like when I met him, he was still doing everything on his own, by himself, no team, no network, no board, out of pocket. So that was incredible. And the coolest picture I have of him is at the White House, marching for the kids. And Karma's sign literally says, I'm dying for a cure, because she was on hospice at that point, and she died literally 2 days later after that picture was taken. And then Amber, she's a bully, but she's amazing. Y'all know she's amazing. She's mean. She's like hit me 4 times. Go out there. And then y'all set me up. So I'm a volunteer, but I'm not a volunteer. If you need something, I'm here. If you drive with me, I'm sorry.
If the monsters